So we can't be friends no more because I don't want to fuck? Bitch, let me tell y'all what the fuck happened, because usually I never bring me and my friend business to the internet, but this is literally a situation that's bothering like my whole
She
entire...
develops a yeast infection and has a date the next day. She proceeds to tell the date the next day, hey, I developed a yeast infection, just letting you know. And he's like, okay. And he's like, oh, so can I still play with it because men? And she's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So he's down there doing his thing or whatever, and then he comes up with this bright idea and asks her, hey, could you make me a loaf of bread with your yeast? Gives her five.
Story time on how I turned my mom friend into my girlfriend. Okay, so long story short, I don't recall in all my years my mom having a gay friend.
Story time on how I found out my ex was sleeping with me and his cousin. This happened back in 2019 to 2020-ish, around that timeline. So as I'm getting to know this man in the beginning, he's like the sweetest person ever. I've never met anybody that treated me like this, as far as opening doors, making sure I'm just good during the day.
I've got some wild stories for you today that sound almost too crazy to be real. If you enjoy the content, please consider liking and subscribing. It's a small gesture that helps the channel in a huge way. Thanks for your support.
So we can't be friends no more because I don't want to fuck? Bitch, let me tell y'all what the fuck happened, because usually I never bring me and my friend business to the internet, but this is literally a situation that's bothering like my whole entire soul, my whole existence, bitch. Like I've never went through this with nobody that was close to me before, so I feel like it's something that I need to talk about, and I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling my side of the story. Simple. Anyway, me and this girl was like thick as thieves. I mean, this was my day one bitch. Like we together every single day for the last 15 years. You feel what I'm saying? Like this was my ride or die bitch. You understand? Our kids grew up together. We together every day. We taking the kids on dates. We going out. I'm going to her house every day. She coming over here to see me. Like when this bitch is going through something, I'm right there. When I'm going through something, this bitch is right there. Like when I say this is my ace boom cool, my everyday bitch. You understand? Now, I feel like our relationship kind of started crumbling about 4 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that, when she started talking to one of my cousins. You feel me? Mind you, I had already told her, like, I didn't want her talking to nobody in my family, because you know what I'm saying? I know how motherfuckers, the niggas in my family get down, bitch, and this ain't what you want. So don't come crying and coming to me when something happened, because, bitch, I told you so. Feel me? And what happened? A couple months go by, the bitch get pregnant, end up having an abortion, and I guess just, listen, I don't know. She ended up just going through hella shit, you feel me, and cut me off. I don't know why she cut me off, but I ended up getting cut off in the midst of it. And that's another reason why I don't like my friends talking to nobody in my family or nobody that I know, because then when something go wrong with you and that nigga, bitch, you're taking the shit out on me. Like, I'm the bitch that's fucking you or doing you wrong. You know what I'm saying? So she ends up blocking me for about 2 years. No explanation, no nothing. Just out the blue, block me. Don't talk to me. I don't even know what the fuck I did wrong. You feel what I'm saying? So, boop. I say about 2 years go by, she ends up reaching out to me. You feel me? She reaches out to me basically saying that she's sorry. She's going to be back cool. You feel me? She didn't understand, like, exactly why she did what she did. She just needed a break, needed some time to get her mind right, all this other shit. And I was just being understanding, because I'm like, you know, bitch, it is what it is. Like, I love you so much, and our kids love each other so much, that I'm just willing to just be like, whatever, maybe you just needed some time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you was going through a lot. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? So we ended up getting back cool. Mind you, over the time span of the 2 years that we weren't cool, we do have a mutual friend, you know what I'm saying, who's also was my best friend since 3rd grade. And also was kind of like, well, growing up, I always thought that they was cousins, but then I heard that they were trying to fuck on each other at one point too. So I don't really know what's going on. But anyway, we have a mutual friend, and I was reaching out to the mutual friend all the time, trying to, like, you know, see how we can get the kids together, which she was basically saying, like, we can only get the kids together if we're going through the mutual friend. Like, it was just a lot. Like, I feel like I was going through, like, a breakup with her or something, and we're trying to co-parent. Like, it was weird. But like I said, she ended up reaching out to me. We ended up being back cool. So I say this was about 2 years ago when we ended up being back cool, and everything was perfect. Like, it's literally like we picked up where we never left. I mean, we picked up where we left off. You feel what I'm saying? It's like we never was even went on a break or whatever. So we're getting the kids together, of course. We're hanging out. We're doing our normal routine, talking on the phone hours out the day, like that. We catching up, feel me? That's my bitch. Like, I'm happy to have my bitch back. What the fuck? So, boom. keep in mind, she was really going through a lot at the time. So when I did come back into her life, I immediately got on my shit as the best friend. You feel me? I'm helping this bitch. I'm sending her $300-$400 every other week. I'm trying to help her out so she can get caught up on some things. You feel me? I'm buying the kids new beds. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Like I'm really doing my part as my best, as a best friend. Like I'm trying to fill in the gap and trying to do things that I feel like, I didn't get to do during the time span that we weren't just talking. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm trying to make sure that my bitch gets caught up, because one thing for sure and two for certain, even though this bitch used to be back cool with all the other bitches that we used to sit up there and talk about, literally we used to sit up there and talk about these bitches, and you're so easy to be back cool with these bitches, but you're not so easy to be and quick to be back cool with me when I'm literally one of the only bitches that you could ever call on for any fucking thing. You feel what I'm saying? And that shit right there really hurts me to the core. This is not me trying to get on here and be like, oh, I did this for you. Oh, I did this for you, trying to throw it in the motherfucking face. But it's like, damn, bitch, I could just never, like I said in a previous post, I could never understand how I could sit there and do so much shit for a bitch and a bitch act like I ain't never did nothing for them. You know what I mean? And that shit hurts. You feel what I mean? Like, hurts. So anyway, helping her out. I'm doing everything that I can. I'm being there for her. Boom. Out of nowhere, I get cut the fuck off. Again, blocked out of nowhere, bitch. Like, mind you, wait. Because I had a page, right? I had a page, and I asked her to make me a page, a little hoe page. You feel me? Because y'all, well, some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know, but you feel me? I be posting little ads, getting deposits from the tricks, you feel what I'm saying, like that. So I had her make me a page. She was sending me her pictures because I had her posted on there because she was like, she needed to make some extra money. She wasn't really tripping off me using her pictures or whatever. So I ended up using her pictures. She made the ad for me, and I was giving her half of the money that I was making. Like, we probably made like a cool 2 bands off that motherfucker, you feel me, before, like, I don't know, she just stopped wanting to post, stopped wanting to have anything to do with the page. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So initially when she blocked me, I thought, like, I don't know, maybe she thought I was still using her pictures from the page to get some money or something. Like, that's genuinely what I thought. Like, I don't know. But I really just didn't understand, like, why she would have blocked me. Like, we didn't argue. I didn't say nothing wrong. I didn't say nothing disrespectful. Like, I genuinely did not understand what was going on. So fast forward to about 3 weeks ago. She ended up randomly messaging me on Instagram talking about she misses me and all this other shit. And I'm like, okay, of course, bitch, I miss you too. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why do you keep blocking me? Why do you like? And I told her, like, you feel me? If we're going to be back cool this time, you got to stop doing that shit, because at the end of the day, yeah, I want to be cool with you. Yeah, I love you. We've been locked in 15 plus years, but you getting mad at me and then blocking me and then making it to where our kids can't see each other. And then my son is asking me every other day why he can't come see your sons. And then I got to eventually just tell him, like, look, the lady blocked me. I don't even know, because my son's 9 years old. I can't keep on lying to him and just making shit up as I go. But I'm also not going to bash you or say nothing bad about you, because I really don't even have nothing bad to say besides the fact that you fucking blocked me and I'm mad about it, or I feel some type of way about it because I just don't understand. So it's like I just basically explained to her, like, if we're going to be back cool, we can't keep on doing that, because at the end of the day, fuck hurting me, fuck hurting you, bitch, we hurting the kids. You know what I mean? And that ain't cool. I don't even fuck with it like that. And then again, you always so quick to get back cool with these other ass bitches that be doing hella shit to you, that really be doing you any old kind of way. You feel what I'm saying? And you mad at me and doing me scandalous when, bitch, I literally will give you the clothes off my back. I will literally do anything for you. You feel what I'm saying? Anyway, so we talking, we catching up. You feel me? She basically ends up telling me, like, the reason that she blocked me was because she started to have feelings for me and didn't understand how to express those feelings. And, basically she wanted to fuck with me. You know what I mean? And I really didn't know how to react to that. Like, and I just pretty much told her what I've told her in the past when she tried to come on to me once before. I had kind of told her, like, I don't really want to go that far because I don't want to fuck up our friendship. I am literally the only bitch that you have ever met, that you have ever become friends with, that you have never fucked. And I want to keep it that way, because that's why I feel like we keep the type of relationship that we have, because there ain't no extracurricular activities going on behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? And where feelings is getting involved and it's extra shit. Like, so I like to keep my friendships at bay. You know what I mean? I don't want to go there, with you. Not that I don't like her or I wouldn't. You feel me? She a bad bitch, thick as fuck, bad, pretty, long ass hair, beautiful lips, beautiful eye. Like, I mean, that bitch is beautiful. I would love to have a bitch like that. But you're my bitch. I can't have you like that, if that makes sense. You feel me? So Boom, fast forward, after she's telling me that, she basically asking me, like, what can she do to show me that she's sorry? And I basically told her the only thing that you can do to show me you sorry is to not disappear on me again out of nowhere. And what does she do? She just disappears. Like, I don't know if she expected me to say, you could make it up to me by eating my pussy or letting me eat your pussy and we could fuck and we can, and we can, scissor and do whatever the fuck else lesbians do. I don't fucking know, bitch, but I'm not trying to get down like that with you. And it ain't even because I don't like you. It's just because, bitch, I want to keep this shit business. Like, I'm gonna keep shit professional. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, I don't know, y'all. I guess me and this girl ain't gonna be back cool because she ain't wrote me back since. And I'm just at a point in my life where it's like, what the fuck? You really don't want to be cool because I don't want to fuck? I've never done nothing to you, girl. Like, literally, I've never done nothing to you. But whatever. I don't even give a fuck. This just goes to show how weird motherfuckers be and how I just gotta protect my energy and stick to myself at the end of the day. And I can't be mad at nobody but myself for keep allowing motherfuckers to just keep on playing with me and using me. Like, I don't know.
Y'all, real quick before I go. No way, woman goes viral sharing her experience on a dating site, right? So she says, never doing Facebook dating again. Tell me why I match with this guy, dark skin, 6'1", fine as hell. Of course I see something like I'ma go for it. So we start messaging. He offers to take me on a date. Mind you, we exchanged numbers and been texting for, I think it's like 3 days now. The Lord thing is in the way, so I can't see. We both had spare time, so we decided to go grab a quick lunch. I pull up, I don't see him nowhere, so I'll call. And he says, baby, I'm right here in front of you. Tell me why it's an old ass man. Y'all wait till you see. So this is the man who she thought she was going on a date with. Wait a minute. Who the hell is this? Oh my gosh. Y'all be safe out there because it ain't safe in these dating streets, these social media dating streets, baby. Look at them. Fresh as he is, you ain't right. You ain't bumping like a I just came to y'all to tell y'all a story today about a young man that kept it 100 with me, and I'm so thankful for people like him. You know, we all need to be thankful for people like him. He likes me or whatever, you know, he's been trying to get at me on Snapchat, you know, and I was like, you're too young for me, baby, you're too young, you know, and he was like, oh, I'm 24, I like older women, da-da-da-da, and he's messed with older women before and things like that, you know. I'm like, okay, you know, he told me who his parent was, and I was like, oh, I know her, and, you know, okay, I know her, I know your mom, I know your father, I know all your people, and he's from my hometown, and he ended up letting me know, he was like, you know me, I'm flirting or whatever back with him a little bit or whatever. And I'm like, you know, he was like, well, I do have a medical issue. And I'm like, what is your medical issue? Like, what's going on? He got like he didn't want to tell me. He's like, I'm going to tell you or whatever. And I'm like, what, do you have herpes? You know me, I'm going to, you know, help you out. Like, you ain't got to worry about me telling nobody, you know, even though I'm telling y'all this story, I'm not going to tell y'all the name. And he was just like, no, you know, I was like, what is it? You got sickle cell? You got, you know, leukemia? You know, what do you have? Do you have HIV? So he ended up, you know, saying, I gave him my number and he called me. You know, he was like, I called him. He said, call me FaceTime. We talked on FaceTime. He was like, call me FaceTime. So I called him or whatever and we talked. And he was like, I was like, be honest with me. What's wrong? I said, I'm not going to, you know, tell nobody or whatever. He was like, I have HIV. He was like, you said it or whatever. It's HIV. And I was like, what? I was like, oh my God. He was like, yeah, he's 24, y'all. He found out he had HIV at 22. And he's from Sarasota, Florida. And I'm not going to put him out there, but I just want to salute that young man because there's so many people would not tell people their status if it's positive. And baby, I just want you to know that I'm praying for you. You know, thank you for being honest. And I pray that you're telling everyone this. Now, he don't know who gave it to him. That's one thing. And I asked him, I said, did you sleep with men before? He said no. So he really don't even know who he got it from. I don't know if he got it from, you know, if someone from Sarasota gave it to him, I guess. But all we could do is pray for him. And for y'all that know that you're positive and you're out here sleeping around with people without telling them, you know, you're going to reap what you sow. You know, don't do people like that. Let people know. But hey, I just came to tell y'all that. I just want to salute that young man. Keep your head up, baby. God got you.
She develops a yeast infection and has a date the next day. She proceeds to tell the date the next day, hey, I developed a yeast infection. Just letting you know. And he's like, okay. And he's like, oh, so can I still play with it? Because men. And she's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So he's down there doing his thing or whatever. And then he comes up with this bright idea and asks her, hey, could you make me a loaf of bread with your yeast?
I was on a date with a client this last weekend, and it was a paid date, and I had a really bad yeast infection. One of the worst yeast infections I've had in a long time, okay? And I mentioned it to this client, and he says to me, take off your panties, I want them. And he gives me $500 in cash. So of course, I go take off my panties and I give them to him, okay? He's smelling them, he's loving them, you know? And then he says to me, he says, I think you should make me sourdough bread with your yeast incorporated into the bread. And I said, that's a good idea. He gave me another $500, okay? And I was like, cool. So I go home that night after the date, and I start scooping out my yeast, all right? TMI, maybe, but if you're new here, hi, how are you? We don't do TMI here. Continuing on with the story, I'm scooping out my yeast, okay? There's a lot of it. It's a bad infection. Mind you, I got this yeast infection the day before this date with the client. I had planned on taking care of it. I'm not a dirty bitch, okay? But he gave me, you know, the idea of making sourdough bread, and I just went with it. So once I made him his, I messaged a bunch of my clients, and I was like, hey, yeast sale going on right now. Does anybody want a sourdough bread loaf with my yeast incorporated into it? I got over 300 replies, okay? Over 300 saying, yes, we would love that. And then I said, okay, I'm going to charge $150 a loaf. I think that's fair. 275 of those people paid. Okay, so you're doing the math, right? I made over $40,000, a little over $40,000 in bread sales. Now, of course, I had to make the bread. I spent the better half of this week, Monday through Wednesday, baking bread with my yeast incorporated into it. I was using my neighbor's oven as well as mine, going back and forth, okay? My neighbor was also helping. Really cool gal, okay? Love her to death. Gave her $5,000. Okay, that's a good, I think that's a fair cut, right? Okay. And yeah, I made 275 small, about this big, loaves of sourdough bread with my yeast. Definitely a successful week, I will say. I figured if I'm going to host a culture, I might as well, you know, monetize off of it. I don't glow, I ferment. No, seriously though. Yeah, great way to make money. So, ladies, big idea for you. If you're not afraid of baking some bread with a little bit of your personal yeast, you can make some good money. That's it. Thank you.
I hate baby mamas because in 2011 I had my son, and a few months after that, me and his dad was in the car listening to Drake's Take Care album, and he was like, hey, I want you to listen to the song because this is how I feel about you, and he plays Doing It Wrong, and the lyrics to that song is not good. So I'm like, hold up, you want to break up? And he was like, yeah. I was like, what about our son? He was like, you know what, we're gonna figure it out. And I was like, okay, we'll figure this out. And I hop out the car while he was going full speed on 197, but unfortunately I lived. So then after that, me and him kept having domestic violence issues, so he just moved back to Illinois while I took care of our son. So as I'm taking care of our son, I'm trying to keep him alive until he got in 6th grade and he became obsessed with wasps, and he kept trying to knock down a wasp nest. So I told him, hey, stop trying to do that. And he was like, why? I said, because when I was younger, my friend Thomas J got killed by a whole bunch of wasps, and Veda was at the funeral tripping. So I started crying. He was like, oh my God, that happened. I was like, yeah, but unfortunately 2000s kid, they have Google, so he Googled it, and he realized that was the whole plot of My Girl movie. And he was like, Mom, why'd you lie about that? I was like, oh, I don't know. And he was like, man, you're weird. I want to go live with my dad. So he called his dad up, and his dad pretty much said that he could live with him. So then after that, he started living with his dad, and now that he's in high school, he's really doing it up in high school. So his dad called me and was like, yo, your son is tripping. I was like, why? He was like, because he think he full of himself because he got a girl now. And I was like, oh, okay, like, what do you want me to do about it? He was like, man, talk to him. What do you mean, what do you want me to do about it? I was like, well, I mean, what am I supposed to do about it? He was like, yo, you acting like a baby daddy right now. And I was like, and you're acting like a baby mama. Like, get off my phone. Like, my baby mama get on my nerves so much. You tried to single mama me. Now you the baby mama. And I can't stand you.
If a man comes on here and says that a content creator from Oakland locked herself in his trunk, I did that. Now, he already did his little story time, so I'm just going to tell you guys my perspective. We went to a restaurant. He went inside to go get the food. He left me in the car. Now, I be having these intrusive thoughts, and it got to me. I was by myself, and I said, I wonder if I can get to his trunk from the back seat. Why was I thinking that? I don't know. So I took my shoes off and I climbed in the nigga's backseat. Once I was in the backseat, I let down one seat first and then I let down the other seat. And then I realized the other seat was a double seat, so I could let this other side up and just roll in. While I was in the empty ass trunk, I said, I wonder if I could close this from the inside of the trunk. So I slipped it and closed it. Once I closed it and I realized, oh shit, it's closed. How the fuck am I supposed to get out? And in my memory, there's supposed to be a latch in this motherfucker that lets me out. There was no latch. I sat there for another 30 seconds contemplating, should I call this man? Should I just wait for him to come back to the car and realize that I'm not in the seat and he might need to look around the car for me? But in my head, how would this nigga know I'm in the trunk? Would he even check the trunk? So I called him and I said, hey, can you come get me out the trunk? And he said, in the trunk? Why are you in the... He opens the trunk from the outside. Instead of getting in the car to open and just let me out, y'all, he opened the fucking trunk from the outside and we're in broad daylight, public. I'm pretty sure all the witnesses was like, why is this nigga taking this girl out the trunk? Why she ain't got no shoes on? So yeah, that's how I ended up in the trunk. He left me in the car again. Now I can show y'all the trunk, okay? Okay, this is the back seat. This is how I opened it. There's the latch, you guys. Because everybody was like, ain't no latch in that fucking old ass car. I be serious. Every other day of the week, I lock myself. I'm not in the trunk again.
That's what I thought.
Okay, everybody is yelling at me to do a story time. So here it is. Let's talk about it. For legal purposes, this is fake. Now guys, obviously I'm not dropping government names, so let's call them Bobby and Mommy. Now this was a long time ago. Bobby and Mommy do not know that I know. Now I apologize if this is a little choppy or confusing. Like I said, this was a long time ago, and it's not something that I talk about or think about. So since this was so long ago, I don't have dates in my head. So we're going to pretend that this happened yesterday. So yesterday morning, I woke up with Bobby, and we spent from the morning to mid-afternoon together, like we usually do. Now, at some point yesterday afternoon, I told Bobby I was going to go play volleyball. Bobby said he was going to stay home and play video games. That was very typical. I want to add that when I left the house, the only ones at Bobby's were Bobby and his mommy. I was gone between an hour to 2 hours, somewhere in between there. I got bored, I missed Bobby, so I decided I'm gonna go back to Bobby's. So now I'm at Bobby's. Now when I walked into Bobby's bedroom, Bobby was not there. Honestly, I didn't think anything of it. I figured he was just in the bathroom or kitchen or wherever. So I sat in his bedroom on my phone, waiting for him to get back. After 5 or 10 minutes, I got impatient and didn't know where Bobby was, so I decided I was gonna go look for him. So I checked the bathroom and he was not there. And then I checked in the kitchen and he was not there. Now, while standing in the kitchen, you can see into his mommy's bedroom. And I seen his mommy with somebody. I'm pretty sure you're picking up what I'm putting down. I was shocked. So I went back to Bobby's bedroom. And at this point, I'm only trying to get a hold of Bobby so I can prevent him from walking in to his mommy with somebody. After some time, Bobby came back into his bedroom. When I tell you that he looked like he seen a ghost when he saw me in his bedroom, this man was pale. So I looked up and I said, "Hey, are you okay? I've been trying to get a hold of you." And Bobby was standing there looking at me like a deer in the headlights. Immediately started asking how long ago I got back, when I got back. Same thing on repeat, just freaking out. So I said, "Okay, honestly, not that long ago. What is going on? I was trying to get a hold of you. What were you doing?" So he said, "Oh, okay." And he sat down and he grabbed his controller to play video games, not answering what he was doing. So I asked again, "Hey, what were you doing? I was trying to get a hold of you." And he shrugged and he said, "Oh, nothing. My mom needed me. I was helping her for a little bit. Sorry." And he looked back to his screen to play the video games. So obviously at first I was a little confused. Then I started putting pieces together and realized that, yeah, he was helping his mommy. And I seen his mommy with somebody, and that somebody was Bobby. Which I'm not gonna lie, for a long time I tried convincing myself that that's not what I seen. And for a long time I felt crazy. I want to add that they had a very weird relationship and they were not a normal mother and son. I always thought they were weirdly close. Now, like I said in the beginning, Bobby and his mommy do not know that I know. I never confronted Bobby and I never confronted his mommy. I didn't have to with what I witnessed. And I'm gonna be honest, the relationship that I had with Bobby was very toxic. So no, I never confronted him. I stayed quiet and I left. I also want to add that he was over 18 and he knew what he was doing. So no, I did not say anything. I stayed quiet and I left.
It's the sheer guts it takes to be that transparent. We live in a world where everyone is curated and filtered. So seeing a 24-year-old kid choose honesty over an easy lie is rare. It's a massive lesson in integrity versus ego. He could have easily chased the vibe and kept his mouth shut, but he valued the other person's well-being more than his own game. The way that conversation went down shows that when you approach people with an open heart instead of judgment, they'll actually tell you the truth. If the energy had been accusatory or holier than thou, he probably would have clammed up. It's a reminder that being a safe person for others is one of the best things you can be. Life comes at you fast. Hearing about a 22-year-old finding that out is a reality check. It's a lesson in not taking health for granted and understanding that the choices people make or the situations they fall into stay with them. But even with that weight, he's still moving, still trying to connect, and still being respectful. The reap what you sow mention is real. Carrying something like that and not saying anything is a heavy spiritual debt to walk around with. Saluting him is the right move, because that kind of honesty acts like a shield for other people. It's a tough story, but it's one that definitely makes you think about how you handle your own truth when the stakes are high. Prayers go out to him, because this is a hard thing to live with alone and go through this day by day. Damn, this lady said that she used her yeast infection to make sourdough bread. Someone actually requested that from her, and she made guap. And then she thought, this might be a business. And then she got more customers. And then she made more bread, more yeast-infected bread. I don't know if I'm shocked, disgusted. Do you know what? And there are people requesting shit like this, yeah? Hold on. There are people requesting yeast-infected bread, yeah? And y'all are surprised about babies being eaten? Drinking other people's blood? Eating other people? Humans? Y'all are surprised? And the comment section is insane. Like, there's so many people like, yeah, like, maybe I should start this. And y'all are surprised that they're eating babies. Why do people want that? Why is it desired? Why do people hear yeast and thought, yam delicious, I want it? I am shocked, confused, proud, disgusted, amazed, surprised, and honored that I was here to witness this. Your neighbor is a real one. Now, this story with this girl jumping out of a moving car was funny, and I kind of think she made that up, because ain't no way in hell that's happening. If a man ever asks you to listen to a specific track on Take Care to understand his feelings, you should probably check if your seatbelt is easy to unbuckle. Music is a powerful communicator, but using a slow jam to dump someone while driving on a highway is a level of dramatic I wasn't prepared for. The ending is the real kicker. It turns out baby mama and baby daddy aren't just genders, they're energy levels. When the dad took over the day-to-day stress of high school drama and the mom started giving him the talk to the hand treatment, the polarity completely flipped. It shows that whoever is currently dealing with the teenager's nonsense is the one who ends up sounding like the exhausted parent, regardless of who started where. Umping out of a car at full speed and living to tell the story, and then having the humor to joke about it later, is high-key impressive. It seems like the biggest lesson is that you can survive the domestic drama, the literal pavement, and the betrayal of a wasp-obsessed son, as long as you keep that sharp tongue ready for the next phone call.
One time, this young guy came in for lunch and sat at the bar. He didn't order any food. The only thing that he ordered was a bottle of Corona. Sat there for a little bit, and when it came time to pay, he pulled out a $100 bill. So the bartender takes it, she checks it, she uses the money marker, and when she puts the line on it, it comes out black. If you used the money marker before, then it clearly tells you that if the pen is dark brown or if it's black, then that most likely means that the bill is counterfeit. So she tells him that the mark on the bill is not the color that it's supposed to be, and she asks him if he has another way to pay for the beer. He immediately gets annoyed. He tells her that he doesn't have another way to pay, and of course he asks to see a manager. So I go over, she tells me what the story is, she shows me the bill. The black mark is clear as day. Not only is the black mark clear as day, but it feels weird. So I take the bill, I go back over to him and I say, hey, listen, I don't mean to inconvenience you, but we're really uncomfortable taking this bill here. Is there any way that you have another form of payment so that you can go ahead and settle your check? And he gets really loud and he goes, I just told her that I don't have another form of payment. This is the money I got and this is the money y'all gonna have to take. So I say, yeah, no, I'm not taking that. But I tell you what, if you say that this is all you have, don't even worry about it. I'll go ahead and I'll buy you a bottle of beer for today. You don't even have to worry about paying for it. So he goes, no, we're going to have to work something out because my whole purpose in coming here was so I can get change. So I said, oh, well, if you just need change, there's a bank 2 doors down and there's also a bank in the market over here. So if you really just need change, I don't mind if you go handle your business and then come back and pay for your bill. And he goes, I don't have time to be in nobody's bank. Can you just take this bill, please, so I can go about my day? So I say, sir, for the last time, I'm not taking this bill. I'm going to go ahead and take care of this beer. You can go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day. And he goes, I don't need no silly ass woman buying me no beer. Or what you think, I'm not out here getting money? So I said, I don't know what you're out here getting, but I know what you got, and it's fake. I'm not taking it. So he says, well, where's the manager that was just here yesterday? Because y'all just gave me this in change. So if y'all not letting me use it today, then that means that y'all know that it's fake. So I said, you're telling me that you were here yesterday and we gave you that $100 bill as change? He said, you see it here with me, don't you? So I pull out my phone and I say, well, if you're saying that we gave this to you, then it's really time for us to get the police involved, because that means somebody is in this building passing around counterfeit bills. I don't know if you have time to take a statement while they make the report, but I do want them to be aware of what's going on. And as soon as I dialed the 9, he got the hell up out of there.
Story time on how I found out my ex was sleeping with me and his cousin. This happened back in 2019 to 2020-ish, around that timeline. So as I'm getting to know this man in the beginning, he's like the sweetest person ever. I've never met anybody that treated me like this, as far as opening doors, making sure I'm just good during the day. Remembering little things that I told him, it made me want to talk to him more. Not only that, he was 6'3", chocolate, tatted up. So I was already in love with him, okay? I remember this one time, he finally came over to my house after like a month or two of us just going out and like getting to know each other. And he actually slept over. Everything was going good. We was in the kitchen chefing it up, okay? We made fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and I think like asparagus. And I remember telling him to bring a bottle, so he had a bottle of Hennessy. He just eating our food, drinking the Hennessy, talking. He gets a text message from somebody, and I'm like, who is that? Because the way he was acting, he was like real skittish. So I'm like, who is that? He's like, oh, it's just my cousin. So I was like, let me see. And he showed it, and it did say cousin, so I left it alone. Fast forward, we go to sleep. We didn't do anything. Like I said, during this time period, we were really just getting to know each other, and I already told him from the rip, I'm not that type of girl. You're gonna have to wait. Now we're about to go into the month of January, and he's like, he wants to take me on this trip. I'm like, what kind of trip? Like, what you mean? He was like, for New Year's, I want to take you to New York or something. And I was like, okay, what we gonna do? He was like, I'm gonna book us a nice hotel. I just want to surprise you, you know? And I was like, okay, cool. Like I said, it wasn't no red flags from this man from no time period except from when he came to my house and it was the cousin thing. And like I said, I brushed it off after he showed me that it was his cousin, and I thought I was tripping. Brushed that shit off. Story time on how I found out my ex was sleeping with me and his cousin. So yeah, we get to the hotel. He had a sign and it said, will you be my girlfriend? Of course I said yes. I felt like it was right. So yeah, I said yes. And then later on at night, we getting ready for dinner, and he gets another text message. Mind y'all, the way he was acting when he was over my house was the same way he was acting at the fucking restaurant. The way he did it was so obvious. He looked at his phone, quickly put it away, and looked up at me. And I'm like, you weird ass bitch. I don't say anything at the dinner table because I'm like, he just took me out to the restaurant. I really don't want to ruin my mood. I'm gonna be going into the new year. Hopefully it ain't no bullshit, but I'm still keep my eye on him. So now we're back at the hotel room. We popping over bottles, I'm drinking and taking shots. I'm activated. At this point, I'm like, you just made me a girlfriend. I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, did you bring protection? And he was like, no, I didn't think we was gonna be on it. Now I'm turned up even more because he wasn't even thinking that we was that I was, you feel me? So now I really want to give it. He goes across the street to the 7-Eleven and gets some real quick, comes back, we get it on. The next morning I wake up to him. He brought me breakfast to the hotel room, and then he had a few bags. He literally bought me a pair of Uggs, a pair of shoes, got me a necklace, a promise ring, taser, and this Playboy oversized jacket. So yeah, we stay in New York for like 2 more days, and then we go back home. He's just acting weird. Like, he's not the same person I met in the beginning. Mind you, I can't really say anything because I don't have any solid evidence. I'm just like, hopefully it's nothing.
Alright, y'all, story time how I had fucked 2 niggas in one day. Who said that? Okay, so it used to be this dude. I created this series with him, but I think he only got like 1 video so far, but his name was North Augusta. And so we would meet with him in North Augusta, whatever, and that was my little shit. Like, I was down there almost every fucking weekend meeting with him, whatever. We would fuck, you know, be at his apartment, all that, whatever. So I used to always go with this friend. Her name was I think I named her Suki, cause she remind me of Suki Hana. If y'all want to know about Suki, just why her name Suki, she remind me of her, for real. So I would hang out with that friend, and you know, she'll be with me or whatever, and she ain't had no moves. So I was like, okay, we're gonna go see North Augusta. We went to go see North Augusta, and one thing about it, North Augusta would buy stuff. So I used to love going over there to go see North Augusta. So after we leave North Augusta, she was like, we could pull up on these dudes. So I'm like, what dudes, bitch? What dudes? And so she pull up on some dudes, y'all. I don't know. I feel like we was in the hood. I used to ain't really know the hoods, you know, until you start hearing about it on the news. You're like, damn, I was just over there, goddamn. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I used to be easy. Like Sunday morning. So, mind you, I had just cracked North Augusta, right? So then we get over here, and this dude, we listen to some music. He just so happened to know the dude music that we was listening to, right? Because the dude had just caught a charge and shit. He was like, how y'all know this boy? How y'all know him? I was like, yeah, we went to school with him, whatever. He was like, nah, y'all don't know him, y'all. I was like, yeah, we do know him, or whatever. So we get to talking about that or whatever. She go in the car with that dude. This dude in the car with me. He sit there talking that junk. He's like, yeah, put my number in your phone, this and this, lock me in, lock me in. He had that true hood nigga vibe, y'all. I don't know. It was just like, he wasn't even cute. It was just like, I don't know. So I just remember us in the car vibing, right? And out of nowhere, this nigga, I knew this wasn't no real Cartiers. This nigga said, yeah, Cartiers. I got the Cartiers. And I was just like, plastic. It was not smooth, but it was like an E for effort type shit, right? So then, like I said, they went to their car, to his car, whatever. So then he started talking and shit, like talking that shit a little bit, right? So I ain't gonna lie, I used to be easy, so sad. And I used to feel like because I was with her as a friend, she used to fuck everything walking. I used to be like, what's me to like with one extra body? That's how I was feeling like, bitch, I ain't got as many as her. Shit, she still done fucked 50 niggas this year. The bitch, what's my extra one? So I had fucked that nigga. Y'all, why the fuck, later on, she started spreading rumors talking about the guy said that I was stank. Probably fucking was shit. Had just fucked somebody else shit. I don't know. I ain't really follow that shit up because I was like, I feel like she made that up and she said that. He ain't say that because he didn't even know me. So I don't know. I feel like she made that up just because.
Story time on how I turned my mom friend into my girlfriend. Okay, so long story short, I don't recall in all my years my mom having a gay friend. Like, I just don't recall. And then she don't just have, like, this friend wasn't just a regular gay friend. This was one fine ass put together stud, like a stud that got it all figured the motherfucker out in my eyes. This girl just knew she was fine. Like, a person that knows they're fine is like danger. Like, that's a dangerous bitch right there. Men or women, that's a dangerous person right there. So the first time I'm not gonna say that. The first time I saw this person, we never spoke. It was almost like love at first sight. Like, it's like a stranger walking by, going on by their day, and I'm just like, who the fuck is that? After I saw her, not even like 30 seconds later, it was like 2 seconds later, I saw a million follow up. Million was her girlfriend. And they was color coordinating. Like, how old are y'all? But in my eyes, you never too old to color coordinate with your bitch. Like, I think that's cute. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's cute. But when y'all do all them other colors, like when y'all do loud ass colors and shit, I just feel like it's a little too much. But again, it's cute at the end of the day. So again, my first time seeing her, we never smoked. I just saw her. She went inside the house. It was like at a family function or whatever case may be. My mom was invited by, I'm finna get y'all name. So my mom gay friend, who ended up being my girlfriend, we gonna call her name Kiki. And her cousin, who my mom was actually friends with, we gonna call her Chrissy. So my mom and Chrissy was actually friends. Kiki was the cousin of Chrissy. So Chrissy invited my mom to like a family function, whatever case may be. It was just me and my mom at the party, right? That was the outsiders. So when I saw Kiki, I was like, damn, whatever case may be, kept my comment to myself. By the end of the party, I asked my mom about Kiki. My mom told me who Kiki was, whatever. Kiki got a girlfriend. That's who that was. They not engaged or married, the case may be. Kiki girlfriend at the party had a ring on her finger. So one of the family members brought it up, like, oh, we see you got a ring on your finger. What's up? What's something we gotta know? Kiki goes like, child, that's just something she did on her own. So the girlfriend, like, laughing it off or whatever, like, you know, I like to be taken, whatever, feel like I'm taking whatever, some shit she said. I hate secondhand embarrassment. Like, it's no way you just embarrass me like that. You know I got this ring on and make, like, fuck this. Like, you know, even though you give it to me, you know what it mean to me, you know, whatever. But that's neither here nor there. My opinion really don't matter. So, like I said, at the end of, after the party, we got in the car. I asked my mama about Kiki. My mama telling me about Kiki, da-da-da-da. They been together for a little minute. They work together. They stay there, whatever. Kiki girlfriend don't stay on this side of the town, but Kiki girlfriend always on this side of the town, probably every other weekend or whatever case may be, when she don't have kids. Mind you, Kiki girlfriend had like 2 or 3 kids, if I'm not mistaken. I think I don't remember, but for what I knew for sure, Kiki girlfriend had 2 kids and they were like teenagers in high school. Around this time, this was like holiday time of 2017, probably like November-ish, whatever case may be. Fast forward to February, my birthday, February 18th, to be exact. That weekend of my birthday, we went to this place called Counterfeit. My mama had to hook up there, so I didn't really have to show ID there or whatever. I had just turned 20 or whatever. Yeah, around February 18th, I had just turned 20. This was 2018. When she first came, everybody was giving each other hugs. Whatever case maybe. Kiki never gave me a hug, but Chrissy then was laughing. Chrissy had came with like her other best friend or whatever case maybe, and they was just like lollygag whatever talking. So Chrissy cousin was like, Chrissy was like, dang, Kiki, you ain't gonna get a girl a hug for her birthday or whatever. You know, she already got like a little crush on you. Like, you know, it was up in the air that the family knew that I liked her or whatever. But Kiki family, Chrissy mainly was like really against it. They just thought it was all a joke or whatever. Like, it was just cute and like funny or whatever, right? Until it wasn't. So Kiki gave me a hug and then she kept it PG. I don't know because the family was there or because it was still a foreign thing. Like, you know, we never really had communication for real. So we get inside, everybody buy me drinks. I done probably had like 7 drinks at this point. So Kiki buys me a drink. And she say, here go your birthday drink. Me and her got a drink. She brought herself a drink and me a drink, so we drinking. So then she was like, oh, how old you turn? I'm like, 20. So she like, dang, you're not even 21 yet? What do you mean I'm not even 21 yet? What does that mean? So that was my green light. So when she said that, I'm like, I just gotta be 21? So she ended up laughing like, LOL, I ain't say that, but I'll catch you later. Okay. So the night is young. We all get drunk, toe up, whatever case may be. So Kiki don't stay too far from where my old girl stay at. So Kiki follows us down the street home. Ooh. Kiki follow us home until it's time for her to make a left while we make a right. When we get home, I'm like, Mom, let them know that we made it home or whatever the case may be, right? My mama toe up. So this was like my event because I'm told too, but I'm still coherent. I'm more coherent than my old girl was. So I'm like, Mom, what's Kiki number so I can let her know we made it home? So she like, you think you slick? And I'm like, no, for real, I'm gonna let her know that we made it home. She gives me the number, her drunk ass. To this day, my old girl think I just stole the number off her phone. But my old girl give me the number and I text Kiki. I'm like, oh, we made it home. She like, who is this? I'm like, who you was just with? I gotta be fucking sick in here because there's no way. Like, there's no way. So I'm like, who you was just with? So long story short, she was like, okay, cool, whatever the case may be. Then she that was the end of the conversation, right? 2 days later, I think I had text her like, hey, what's up? Have a good day or some shit like that, right? After that, we kind of was texting like here and there. And by this time, around my birthday time, her and the girlfriend was no longer together. So don't think I was hitting on the bitch that was with a bitch. Never that. Her and the girl, they wasn't together. I don't know if they was on break or I don't know what they was on, but they wasn't together, right? So in the midst of us texting them 2 days later, after I wrote her 2 days later, like I said, we was texting like every day, every other day, right? The chemistry was there, baby. So mind you, I said my birthday was February. My old girl and Chrissy best friend and somebody else, they had a trip planned for the first week of March, which was like 2 to 3 weeks after we all went out. So in the midst of us talking, we had planned to see each other. So she was kind of paranoid. So she was like, she don't know when we could really see each other. So when I had reminded her that my old girl then was all going out of town, and I found out that she wasn't going out of town, I was like, we could see each other this weekend. Like, we could just go hang out. Oh, baby. And mind you, her and my old girl around the same age, but I think she was a little older than my old girl, if I'm not mistaken. And my mama not an oldie goldie, but my old girl, you know, she's my old girl. So fast forward to the first week of March when they all get ready to go out of town. My old girl leaves her car. My car wasn't working around this time, so my old girl leaves her car, and we decided to meet up at this like lounge spot that be popping on the weekend. Around this time, this spot wasn't as booming as it is now, and it was like a vibe, DJ, everything. Like, it was just not getting off its feet, but it been a while. It been around for a little minute. So we was there kicking it, whatever. She was strawberry Hennessy. I said, let me get a strawberry Hennessy. So now we both on the same shit. So we gonna see who get lit first. Of course I do, duh. So we drinking or whatever the case may be. And at this point, the conversation starts to go left, but in a good way. Like, it goes left to where I'm talking about shit that we need to be talking about in the bed. And she's down for it. And I think we kissed there, but she stopped me and was like, oh yeah, it's time to go. Oof. Glad she made that move. So after that, we had ended up leaving. I told her I'm gonna meet her at her house, because again, we had drove separate. Like, she had met me at the spot, whatever it is may be. So I forgot what the fuck I ended up doing, but I know I ain't go directly to her crib. But I ended up at her crib, and baby, the rest is history, because that was my bitch. But I'm not gonna lie, we had got into it. Her birthday was in May. We had got into it. Mind you, from March to May, we was just kicking it, hanging out every weekend. And then around her birthday time came, and my old girl birthday was in June, we got into it again. And then that's when we finalized the shit that you're my bitch. And yeah, let me know if y'all want a part 2. I'm up, y'all. I'm up. Give me a second. It's so crazy. I thought I was going to get more bashed and like weird comments than the comments I got. Like, I really felt with y'all. Y'all is funny as fuck, right? In part 1, I ended it off by saying that we ended it off at her crib, and then fast forward all the way to May, which was her birthday. We got into it, so we gonna go from there. In May, since we've been hanging out every weekend before her birthday, we planned to go out of town for her birthday. But remember, she was just in a relationship, and she was supposed to go out of town with her her ex bitch, basically. They never got back together from their love, whatever they was on. They never got back together. So that was X'd out. She ain't had no plans. So I'm like, where you want to go, whatever, or like whatever his baby. So fast forward, we end up going to Colombia. When I say this girl was one like old but young single ass bitch, like, this bitch was in the streets, okay? Like, not bad, but she was in the streets, okay? I didn't know this until we at the airport, right? We at the fucking airport, and she just sitting there with like a fresh ass hairdo, big smile on her face, and just locked in her phone. But her phone just keep going off. Don't. So I'm not trying to do too much, because like I said, this is still not my official bitch yet. Like, we just still vibing, but we finna go out the country. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play it off. Now I'm play cool. Like, I look good. I'm gonna be on my phone. Like, I took me some pictures, whatever. Cool. Like, I look good as fuck. I had me. This one I was wearing wigs too. And yeah, 8 down. So we getting ready to take off. She letting the whole world know that she leaving. We land, her shit just going off. So I'm looking like, the fuck? Like, my insides and my insides was fighting the fuck out of reality. Like, that shit was eating me down. Like, I wanted to go the fuck off, especially on the what? So we land, we make it to the room. First of all, we was in Bogota. I don't know what the fuck made us go to Bogota, because that's like going to Tallahassee in Florida. Like, it ain't shit to do there. Like, I don't know what the fuck made us go there. We make it to our room or whatever, because maybe first red flag, baby. No, second red flag, because the first flag was her on the motherfucking phone the whole fucking time. The second issue, bitch, it was no AC in that hotel. It was only fresh air. You know I'm livid. So now we hungry as fuck. We don't know what the fuck to eat. Mind you, our phones wasn't really working. Oh my god. I don't know how we survived Bogota, because our phones was not working. They only spoke Spanish. We couldn't really call Ubers and shit. Like, so we had to walk like a lot of places. So we walked like down the street, not too far from where our hotel was. we saw this place. We was just like, fuck it, we just gonna eat here because, like, it was already getting late and we didn't know what the fuck to do. So we go here. But my attitude is on, like, bitch, I'm ready to go back. Y'all know me, dramatic. So I'm ready to go back home. So my attitude is like stank as fuck. So she keeps trying to talk to me, but I keep like brushing her off or like giving her like the silent treatment. So in her head, she like, well, bitch, since you ain't finna talk to me, I'm finna talk to somebody else. But mind you, like I said, our phones wasn't working. So it was only so much texting that she could motherfucking do. So at the restaurant, I guess they had Wi-Fi. She wasted no time to connect to that bitch because she went to texting mommy. Like, she was older, but she was a fucking big ass baby. When we ended up talking about the day, she ended up telling me that she told her mom that she was ready to go. She don't know what's wrong with me. I'm ruining the trip. And was, bitch, because you're ruining the vibes. So the food came, bitch. I was disgusted. Now I was like, yuck. So we ate, played over food, whatever case maybe. We ended up leaving. She kept trying to talk to me. I'm just like, just want to go lay down. Like, I'm not in the mood, you know? Just don't want to talk. We make it back to the room, and the only thing she could think of to get me to talk is, baby, pipe me down. Yeah. I didn't condone in that, but I'm never turning it down. Never. So we get it popping, whatever. So after we get it popping, I end up playing Trina single again. Mind you, I'm already single, but it just makes it funnier because I'm singing this song with my heart out. Like, I'm saying, like, back on the prowl. Thought it was perfect. I don't know how. So she ended up, like, smacking my phone down. So now we end up play fighting. Girl done broke my nails. Oh, my God. I got to find the pictures for y'all. Because we had ended up going to some, like, little park or, like, flower spot. I don't know what the fuck we went, but we took pictures and you could just see, like, one hand is fully done and my other hand is fucked up. Like, that's how we ended the night. We got some cootie. No, ain't nobody in here only get cootie but me. So yeah, next day we end up being tourists or whatever. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Whoever the fuck she was texting, I let it be. I let them have their time because when I get back, I'm finna show my ass. Yeah. So we go on the rest of the trip. Mind you, the next day we end up going to some spot. Like, we was able to Uber there, but once we was done eating, we was not able to call the Uber back. So we had to walk all the way from wherever the fuck we was back to our hotel. And let me just say, it took almost an hour to get back to where we was because we didn't know where the fuck we was. Aggravated. But I'm not gonna lie, that timing was so refreshing for us because, like I said, we was walking. It was a lot of like paintings and like different stuff on the streets. Like, it was a cool little vibe. Like, even though we walked it, like, it was no, you could tell we was tired and hot as fuck, but we didn't like let that get the best of us. Like, we really like enjoyed the walk. We got back to the hotel. We said we ain't doing this, right? Our dumbass. Later that night, we ended up finding somewhere to go. We went to like some little club, but it was like a big club actually. We get to the club and I don't know why I got a lot of brain farts right now. Maybe because I just got the fuck up trying to give y'all a part two. But we get to the club, get some drinks, whatever case may be. Drinks wasn't as strong or whatever, but you know, it was a little vibe. We on our little, you know, couples vibes, whatever the case may be. So now it's time to go. We cannot call an Uber. Like, our phones was not working till like, I don't know what the fuck. It's like somebody was jamming the signal and then they knew that we were trying to go home and then they unjammed the signal, right? So we finally was able to get like a cab, if I'm not mistaken. It was an Uber. I think it was a cab. No, it was an Uber because it was cabs out there, but we were scared to take the cab. Like, nah, that shit just looked crazy. So somehow we was able to get an Uber and get back to the crib. Scary as fuck because we was out there waiting for like 20 minutes for our phones to work. That shit was not working. I swear to God, you would think somebody was jamming the signal. Like, they just knew we was black and we wasn't from there. So fast forward to the rest of the trip. We end up enjoying the rest of the trip. Let it go. Get back, showing my ass. Okay? When I say show my ass, barely responding, barely like, you know, we ain't really talking about the trip. Just like, girl, the vibe's not there. Like, fuck you, for real. So mind y'all, remember I said my old girl birthday is in June, which was like 2 weeks after we just left Columbia. So for my old girl birthday, we all planned to go to New York. Now, this is where I showed my ass, okay? So on this New Year trip, it was me, my old girl, my cousin, my auntie, Kiki, Chrissy, and Chrissy best friend. 7 of us, if I'm not mistaken. It was 7 of us, 2 rooms. Me, my old girl, and Chrissy was in one room. My cousin, auntie, Chrissy and her best friend was in another room. I'm gonna have to give y'all another part because the story don't got long and it's getting juicy again. Like, I just don't know. But again, she's still not my girlfriend. That's just still like somebody I'm like fucking with, but not fucking with right now. So yeah, let me know. Call me back. Part 3 on how I made my mom friend my girlfriend. I ended it off by saying we landed in New York, right? We get to New York. Nothing happens the first night. We end up just cruising around New York. Well, cruising around our hotel for real, getting some food, going back to the room, chilling or whatnot, right? The next day we have excursions plans. We go on a boat tour to tour the Statue of Liberty, and then we supposed to ride bikes after that. But before we ride bikes, we go get food from some diner where we get dropped off at from off the boat. While we at the diner, I'm standing outside, and Chrissy and her best friend and my old girl, they was inside. So it was me, my cousin, her mom, and Kiki outside the diner. Kiki walks by me and say, "Damn, you act like you don't know me." Mind you, Kiki cousin does not know about us, nor do her best friend know about us. But yeah, mind you, Kiki don't want her people to like really know about us. Like, I don't know. Remember I said Chrissy is very judgmental. She already not fond of Kiki messing with nobody that's young. Out the gate, she not for that. So after this, Chrissy, not too long after this, Chrissy ends up finding, like, peeping, like, we got something going on, right? So Chrissy end up saying something like, "What y'all got going on?" Kiki looks at me like, "Man, watch out." Like, looks at Chrissy, looks at me, but talking to Chrissy. Like, "Man, watch out," right? So we end up heading over to Central Park. We finna ride bikes. While we getting ready to ride bikes, I done said I'm finna let Kiki and Chrissy be together because I don't have time for the shenanigans, right? I'm just ride with my old girl and my cousin them, right? So me and my old girl riding to each other. Kiki still decided to be by us, but she in the back but on the side. Confused. Chrissy and her best friend and my aunt them was in front of me and my old girl. We riding bikes, we riding all through the trail. Kiki left in the dust, like, cause she in her feelings. She really was in her feelings. Cause she don't know what the fuck she wanted. And I personally feel like Kiki was under some pressure that she created for herself. Like, you was under pressure that wasn't really no pressure. Like, it just was not their business, you know? Like, who gives a fuck how they feel or what they think? Fast forward, we finished riding the bikes. We walked a little around Central Park, the hotels and stuff, the little stores. We walked that area. Finished that, we head back to the room. Now we at the room. Once we get to the room, we getting changed and getting ready to go out to a lounge later this. I feel like I was drugged or laced or something. Somebody tried to get me and my family wasn't on peachy. We get to the spot that we hanging out at. It's really like a little lounge. Like, it's really like a lounge. You can dance, they play music, got hookah. I don't recall them having food because I ain't motherfucking eat and I was starving. Mind y'all, I only had 2 drinks. 2 drinks with some motherfucking Coke inside. So now that I think about it, I don't know what kind of Coke was in there. Probably, you know. After I drink those 2 drinks, I'm toe up. Like I said, I don't know how. I don't know what the fuck was in there, but I'm toe up. To where now I'm making all type of videos, biting my lips, doing dumb shit. Like I'm the stud of the group. We end up leaving. We go next door. I forgot what we even went to the store for, but it was like a door or 2 down. We go to the store. I get ice cream. Open up, eat the people ice cream. They like, what the fuck? I'm laying on the ice cream like, I'm ready to go. I'm hungry. Fast forward, we get back to the hotel. I am begging them to feed me. Nobody wants to feed me. They keep saying, wait, we gonna feed you, we gonna feed you. While they just sitting, standing in the damn street of the lobby. No, in the street of the hotel. And then in the lobby. So I decide to walk my ass down Brooklyn Bridge and go find me some food. I decided to walk my ass down Brooklyn Bridge to go find some food. Kiki decides to follow me. While she's following me, she's telling me, let's go. Where are you going? We're going to go get some food. Let's just go this way. I'm irritated because we've been standing outside for like 10-15 minutes and nobody budged to give me food. Mind you, it's a food truck and nobody decided to walk to the food truck and go get me no food. Like, I don't know what the issue was, but nobody fed me. So she's telling me, let's go. So when she finally catch up to me, she started pulling my hand to get me to go back to where the hotel was. While she's doing that, whatchamacallit lady rides by but stops in the middle of the street like, hey, do I need to call the police? It looks very domestic over there. So now she getting irritated like, no, we don't need to do that. Like, just going on. We good. So the lady like, no, even though you saying it's not that, that's what it's looking like. And I'm getting very disturbed that, and I should call the police. So now she getting frustrated with me like, bro, you see what you got these people doing? They finna call the police on me. You want me to go to jail? I'm gonna lose my job. Da, 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 da. So now I'm like, ain't nobody finna call the police on you. And if they do, you should have fed me. So somehow I end up walking back with her to the hotel. We get to the hotel. When I get back, Chrissy, best friend, ends up grabbing me like, girl, let's go. We finna go upstairs. I thought I only had one mama on the trip, but okay. I'm drunk. So I'm like, bro, let me go. So she ended up letting me go, but we still walking upstairs. She like, we finna go upstairs. When we get upstairs, we walking upstairs, everybody going upstairs. We get upstairs, I end up grabbing my wallet and walking back out the room. My old girls go, no, let her be. Leave her. She want to go out there and be drunk and be stupid. Let her be. She'll find her way back. Okay, Mom. Mom of the Year award goes to you. So while I'm out there finding food, I'm out there by myself, which I end up just going down to the food truck, getting food. I ate by the food truck, and then I chilled inside the lobby for a little bit. Then I went upstairs. When I went upstairs, I ended up taking a bath, laying down, whatever the case may be. I don't even know if me and Kiki cuddled when I laid down. Like, it just gave that she was just irritated with me. So yeah, that ends the night. I don't know if we cuddled or not. I don't really think we did. Wake up, it's the next day. We go get brunch at some spot. It's like a old school. It gave oldie goldie, but like soul food, but brunch style. I don't know. It was nasty. Yuck. So after we leave there, we catch the train. It's train day. We ride the train, whatever the case may be. We talking a little bit, but we really not talking. You know, we still on the vibe of like, she feel like I tried to. Cool. Fast forward, we go eat at some spot and that it was like with blah whatever. But Christy and her best friend ended up going to go see somebody else that she knew in New York, and it was me, my old girl, and Kiki at the restaurant. My aunt and my cousin, I don't know what the fuck they was. I don't know if they was inside or they went walking down, but I know they wasn't right there where we was. So me and Kiki sitting down at the table. We both on our phone. We not saying shit. You got attitude, I got attitude. Girl, fuck you. Just petty and dumb. I end up putting my phone down. I'm like, you mad at me? She was like, no, she not mad. She just disappointed. So I'm like, for what? Yeah, she was like, she disappointed or whatever. Basically, how I handled the situation of me being drunk and then the fact of me walking off and her having to follow me and get me so nothing happened to me, but cause somebody to want to be nosy and call the cops on her. She was more worried about her job and her reputation than if I ate and how I felt. And that part of me didn't give a fuck about what nothing she was talking about. So we end up like apologizing to each other. Like, she apologized for not feeding me. I apologized for how I acted. We still was like bland, and she low-key was over me. And I really didn't give a fuck because I felt like, if you can't feed me while I'm drunk, what the fuck can you do for me? Typical. Yeah, she wasn't feeling me. She was over the trip, and so was I, honestly, because it was just like, at this point, we on a trip, and your big ass is sitting here hiding from your cousin and your family. And I'm like, I don't have time for that. Like, now I can't even enjoy myself no more because now I'm looked at as the drunkie of the trip and can't hold her liquor. Now your cousin really got a reason to feel some way about me. Fast forward, trip is over with. We get back to Miami. My mom have karaoke night. I think it was on a Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Go to karaoke night. She ended up coming to karaoke night. From the time we got back to Miami, from the time we left New York and we got back to Miami to karaoke, me and her ain't really speak. Like, she probably said good morning or some shit, but we ain't really speak for real. Cool. I don't give a fuck. Again, still not my girlfriend at this point, so we just catching vibes. and vibes just keep getting ruined. So yeah, here go karaoke. Chrissy best friend end up asking if we spoke. I'm like, no. She was like, y'all gonna be good. She's trying to get words of encouragement. Like I said, Chrissy best friend, she wasn't against it, nor was she for it. She didn't give a fuck because it wasn't her relationship, right? Chrissy still wasn't for it though, but Chrissy best friend ended up speaking to Kiki, telling her like, you know, she gonna get better. Y'all still new to whatever y'all got going on, and I may be younger. And you know, you just gotta figure it out if you want to make it work. Basically, that's what she was saying to Kiki, and I overheard it. We end up like speaking a little bit there, still apologizing again, like for how I acted, not knowing I probably was fucking laced, and she apologized for not feeding me again, and how she like reacted about the lady stopping us or whatever the case may be. But this video is the ending of it, and yeah, she's still not my girlfriend yet. But yeah. Okay, so this is part 4, and I am done with this story after this. So karaoke night was finished. We spoke, but then we kept it pushing, whatever case may be. You could tell she still felt some type of way or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Is either you're gonna be around or you're not. You know, that's kind of how I was feeling. Fast forward towards the following weekend, my cousin and his friend came over. His friend was a gay girl. Kiki had hit me up like, oh, what you doing? Mind you, it's like 9, 10 o'clock when she hit me up. So I'm like, well, I'm outside chilling by the pool with my cousin and his friend. So she like, oh, she said something, and I end up sending her a picture of us out there vibing. Mind you, my cousin friend is a gay girl just like Kiki. So you can tell Kiki got a little like jealous or whatever case may be. So Kiki wasn't feeling the vibes. Kiki called it a night, whatever case may be. But before she called it a night, she was like, we need to talk. What we need to talk about? So she like, oh, we need to talk. So I'm like, about what? She like, about us. So now I know Kiki feelings is really involved, right? So the following day we end up talking. Now me and her is by the pool. Me and Kiki having a conversation. We air it out. I'm airing about Columbia, like who the fuck was that you was blowing up in Columbia? What the fuck was y'all talking about? How dare you have me out of town with you, but you entertaining a whole nother bitch? It could have been y'all on this trip. Like, don't fucking play with me. I'm not on that, right? She was like, oh, it was nothing. It was just like somebody she met and they just been kicking it, whatever case may be. So I'm like, kicking it how? Because bitch, we just kicking it. Like, let me know something. So long story short, it was nothing. She deaded it since, you know, she want to move forward with me. Cool, no problem. Then we go to talking about New York, what happened in New York. She felt embarrassed, disappointed. She felt everything in a fucking book just because she's law enforcement and she's a black gay girl. Cool, noted, got it, understandable. Well, do you understand that I felt like I was motherfucking laced? No, you don't understand that. You didn't give a fuck because you wasn't hungry and it wasn't you that was laced. Cool, moving forward. We squashed it, whatever case may be, and now that's my bitch. Yeah. So now, child, now that we make it official, I forgot that I'm leaving for college. I forgot that I'm supposed to be leaving for a summer course at FAMU, right? And if I'm not mistaken, I think I was leaving like 3 weeks later, if I'm not mistaken. So we was gonna do long distance for like 2-3 months, right? Well, it was really gonna be longer because I ended up staying up there for the fall. So we did long distance for like a little minute. Like, we did long distance for a little minute. No, I'm lying. We did long distance for like 3 months. 3 months because I started fall semester, but then I couldn't pay the remaining of fall. So I had to end up leaving. So while I'm up there, I guess this was her first time doing long distance. I don't know. The longest she probably did was motherfucking from Overtown to Liberty City. That's probably the furthest long distance she ever did, from my knowledge. I don't know. So while I'm up there in school, one day she ended up writing me. We late night talking, whatever. Well, we was actually texting because I think I was on the phone with my old girl. But she ended up writing me like, oh, this is getting really hard and she really want me to prosper, but she don't want me to be far away. Would you consider moving in with me and taking classes at Broward? Anything for you, baby. So when she asked me that, I was shocked that she asked me that because bitch, you want my young ass there? Yes. So I didn't respond right away. It gave me, I took a little minute, but by the time I responded, it was like she was kind of thrown off. Like, I don't know if she wanted me to be like super excited and respond in an excited manner, like, oh my God, yes, thank God you asked. I don't know what the fuck she expected, but she was bothered that I took a little minute to respond. I don't give a fuck, bitch. It's my life. Like, like, what the fuck? So, that was that. I responded. You could tell she felt some type of way. Changed the conversation next day. Come on, let's like, fuck that. Now we on some other shit, right? Winter comes. Now it's time for us to go on break. We go on break. I pack up my whole dorm. She don't know that I pack up my whole dorm. I pack up my whole dorm because I know I'm not finna finish. No, I'm not. Was it winter? I don't know. It was a break that came, and I know that I wasn't finna finish fall here. I knew I wasn't finishing fall, right? I was transferring to Broward. So, I packed like my big suitcase and like an extra bag with all the shit that I could possibly need while staying in Miami, and I could just get my other shit in there. Whatever else that was left in the dorm, I left at my friend's apartment because she stayed up there. I definitely also think that my friend felt some type of way about me leaving up there in FAMU, leaving up there with her to go with my girlfriend. And I think she looked at it in the perspective of like leaving school to follow behind somebody. And it was deeper than that. Like, I really didn't left just because of her. I left because it was financial issues, and financial aid wasn't covering the rest, and I didn't have nobody that can just take out a loan or was willing to take out a loan for me. I didn't have that. And I feel like that's something that people fail to realize. Just because you have a strong support system or you have all these people around you that's willing to do this and that for you, don't mean everybody have that around them. Or just because it may look like I have a lot of people around me, don't mean I have all the support around me. Big differences, and two different people, two different lives. Like, our lives are totally different. But this is not towards her. This is just a general statement for people. Like, stop thinking that somebody have what you have just because of what you see or what it may seem like, But I end up leaving. I get down to Miami. I'm in Miami. I have my friend drop me off to my girlfriend's house. I tell my girlfriend, oh, I got something being delivered to you. It just sounds so cute. I love my girlfriend. So I tell her I have something being delivered. She opens the gate. She don't play that gate shit. Like, security her down thing, yeah? So, little did she know, it was me being delivered. Duh! The greatest surprise, right? So cool. So, when I get there, she like, what the fuck? Like, she's shocked. Cool, I love that. Yeah? So, we get there. Mind you, I get there a day before her mom was supposed to get in town. Ooh. Mom gets in town, and this is the next day. Mom gets in town, and after mom gets settled in, whatever case may be, we winds down, whatever case may be. We get sent on and popping in the bathroom. Overly freaked the fuck out. We get sent on and popping in the bathroom, and I end up getting on top of her. I get on top of her, and I'm just sitting on her. Now we start talking. She ended up asking me like, oh, when you supposed to be leaving? I'm not. So she like, what you mean? So I'm like, I'm not leaving. Like, I'm taking you up on your offer. So she like, what you mean? You ain't say whatever the case may be. And I'm like, you want me here or you don't? It's simple. I can go back. It's no problem. I can go back. I was trying to surprise you, let you know that I'm going to take the offer and stay down here. But if you don't want me to, I will definitely go back somewhere else. You get what I'm saying? So cool. So she like, no. I just ain't know that you would do it for real, or I didn't want to seem selfish, and I didn't want you to feel like I was mad, whatever case maybe. That's where the conversation is going. So we end up having like a real heart to heart. Like, it's cool. I end up explaining the situation, whatever case may be, and I didn't expect her to take no loan out, and I wasn't looking for her to say that she'll take a loan out. So that never came up, or whatever the case may be, and I didn't resent or have no type of feelings towards my old girl about the fact that she didn't take it out, but I did feel like greatness was stopped, but that's neither here nor there. So we finished getting on and popping. We go in the room. She get a text message from her old girl. It is fucking disgusting in here. I do not want to hear that. Y'all, you guys are disturbing my ears. Ooh. I'm sorry. Who else we at? No, I'm kidding, but definitely was caught off guard because I did not expect to be hurt doing those shenanigans like that. That was very unladylike. But yeah, fast forward to the end of the story. Yes, I ended up moving in with her, and life was great. Life was lit, and yeah, that's how I made her my girlfriend and how I ended up moving in with her. Ciao.
That guy got really loud and started getting annoyed. He was basically telling on himself. Usually, if someone genuinely thinks their money is real, they're confused or worried, not immediately aggressive. He tried to use intimidation as a smokescreen, which is a classic move when someone is trying to back you into a corner. It's wild how people will double down on a lie, even when you give them an easy out. You were being incredibly generous by offering to just comp the beer. Most people would have taken the freebie and bolted, but he was so committed to his mission of laundering that fake bill for real change that he actually argued with you about it. It shows that some people aren't just looking for a win. They're looking for the specific win they planned, and they'll get sloppy trying to force it. The way he tried to flip the script and blame the business, "Y'all gave me this yesterday," was a bold, if stupid, tactic. It's that old, the best defense is a good offense strategy. But the real lesson there is that the truth doesn't mind a little heat. As soon as you offer to bring in the authorities to solve the problem together, his whole facade crumbled. If the bill had been real, he would have stayed to clear his name. Since he booked it the second you hit 9, he confirmed what everyone already knew. I'll never understand the logic of people trying to break big bills anywhere other than a bank. Even if it were real, I'm not breaking a $100 on a $10 beer. I've worked in the restaurant. Him not taking a free beer was his first obvious mistake. He made several mistakes before and after that, though. She's so unbelievably bright. She quickly think on your feet. Her responses to people just amaze me. I would be fumbling in and LOL. She truly are one in a million. I just adore hearing her. She handled customers. Just wow. And I want to thank her for not cursing up and down while telling your stories. Folks can do whatever they want on their videos, but how she handled everything with class and grace is so refreshing. When I get a bad bill, I look at it funny and let the customer know I left my bill pen in my locker and I'm going to get one from the customer service manager. Go in office and dial 911. I'll take my time coming back and then let the customer know the front supply was out and my manager went to grab one from the back. 15 years in the retail biz, and I can spot bad bills a mile away. Now, this story with this girl boyfriend being with her and his cousin at the same time, that'd have any normal person crashing out. They do that specific, frantic phone flip or the quick tuck away. It's almost never just the cousin. If someone has to prove it's their cousin by showing you a contact name, the trust is already leaking. People can name anyone cousin or mom in their contacts. It's the physical reaction, the jumpiness, that tells the real story. It's easy to get swept up when a 6'3" guy is opening doors, buying Uggs, promise rings, and booking New York hotels. But sometimes that perfect behavior and the constant gift giving, especially the "I didn't think we were going to dabble" act, are used to build up a good guy credit balance. He was essentially buying enough grace so that when he acted weird later, you doubt your own eyes because he's so sweet. You noticed he wasn't the same person once you got back from New York. Usually, once someone locks it in, makes you the girlfriend, gets the intimacy they wanted, the mask starts to slip. If the energy changes the moment the chase is over, the initial sweetness wasn't a personality trait. It was a tactic. Waiting for solid evidence is what keeps us in bad situations longer than we should be. Your intuition noticed the behavior at the house, then again at the restaurant, and then the shift after the trip. You didn't need a DNA test or a confession to know the math wasn't adding up. If you feel like you're tripping, it's usually because someone is actively trying to make you feel that way. It sounds like a classic case of someone using grand gestures to hide a very messy side life. There's this weird psychological thing that happens when you're hanging out with a friend who's doing the most. You start measuring your own life by their yardstick. If she's at 50, what's one more for you, right? That competitive participation usually just lands you in situations you wouldn't have picked for yourself if you were solo. It's easy to catch a vibe that isn't even yours. Now this story, about this girl sleeping with different guys same night. Some stories just sound so crazy you won't believe it until you hear it for yourself. She was mad, but she can have fun. Brains are weird. Had a girl like that. She was scary, but wasn't scary to jump in their car. I just go home, LOL. But anytime she wanted me to go with her to them Dixie-points, I'm there, ready to drink and smoke. She was mad, but she can have fun. Brains are weird. Had a girl like that. She was scary, but wasn't scary to jump in their car. I just go home, LOL. But anytime she wanted me to go with her to them Dixie-points, I'm there, ready to drink and smoke. Suki went from being the partner in crime to spreading rumors. When a friend encourages you to pull up on random situations and then uses those same situations as ammunition later, they weren't your co-pilot. They were just looking for a witness or a distraction. Those just because rumors usually come from people who are projecting their own numbers onto you. Now this is the best story time I was waiting on, and that's why I waited until the end to watch it. I had to really pause the show after the introduction to look around because I'm about to be the most locked in for 3 minutes than I ever have been for a show. And yeah, Bogota was a crazy choice, not even Cartagena. Yeah, Bogota was a crazy choice, not even Cartagena. How did Chrissy feel finding out y'all made it official and you moving in with her? How did your mom feel about you moving in and switching schools, LOL? Like, we need a part 5 to 6. We are missing some parts. How the mom feel when she found out? How did you and the girlfriend relationship end? You just ended it. When we want to know.